another No Waste Wednesday. My name's Dawn, I'm the Reclusive Crafter, and today I'm going to be playing with these little items. For those of you that haven't joined me before, I'm currently working on Scrimping Mummy's Steampunk collection, and I've been looking through her various collections, and she's got quite a lot actually in there that would marry up quite nicely with this particular journal. And these are from the vintage ephemera collection. Very, very pretty. Now I have made one already, so I have completed this one, which I think is really cute. And all I've done is I've made up the envelope, and I've added a little banner, a couple of leaf-shaped additions there made out of these, which were the miniature pages that I made, 16 to a page, and printed them off. And I've put a little banner down there to act as a little belly band. I've got a couple of little bits out of my stash, and that's out of one of Amanda's, and just literally tuck them under there. And how cute is that? I just think that makes a lovely little embellishment for the journal. There's room there to be able to put in some extra journaling space, so I'm thinking of putting about maybe one of the ledger pages or one of the letter collections from Scrimping Mummy's collection. There's lots and lots to choose from on her Ko-fi channel, so do pop along and have a look. And I've just put a little bit of wording on there. So this is this one that I did, and I want to go ahead now and do this one. So I've already got it all cut out and ready to go, so I thought I would share that with you today. It's a very simple process. I've got all my little bits and pieces sort of worked out, and I say sort of because you know me, nothing ever goes according to plan. So rather than doing the leaf shapes on this one, I thought I'd do a little something different and just go with little circles. So these are just punched out with a hole punch, and then just inked round the edges. I've inked round everything. The only things I haven't inked round yet are the little label inserts and the little belly bandy thing. So I've still got that to do, but I'm literally just putting this together. So should be a nice, very easy session. And then when I've done that, what I also want to work on are some journal cards. So if I have time when I have completed this, I'm going to do a couple of little journal cards as well. I say little, I need some quite large journal cards for a couple of the inserts that I've got in the journal. So I'm just going to fold that up, glue those down, and just wipe the fingers. Now I'm working on this little mat at the moment, the idea being it will keep me in shot hopefully a little bit better for you, but it seems to be moving around quite a lot. I'm just going to take out the stuff that's underneath because I kind of prepared this if I had the time. So let me just take that out, and maybe it will sit a bit better without wriggling about. I just thought I'd pop it underneath so I knew where it was, because I always lose things because I'm really good at that. Right then, let me just pop that in there if I can, and I'm going to ink this. Like I say, I have done pretty much most of it anyway. And then when I've done this, I'm going to do some journal cards. So the journal's coming along. I've done a little bit off camera. I'm not going to go through absolutely everything on camera, but what I will do is give a full walkthrough after I've finished, so you'll get to see everything. Now, before I put that on, what I would... Oh, that just needs trimming there. I've not folded that very well, so I'm just going to trim that little bit off there and just re-ink that. That's better. There we go. Right, So I wanted to put this on first, and I want it to go across there. Maybe that far down. I don't want it encroaching onto the clock. So I am going to have to cut a little bit of that off. But I'll cut it after I've stuck it, I think is probably the best way to go on this. And this is going to be a little bit fiddly because there's lots of little bits on this. So, yeah. So how are we all doing today? Are we all good? Halfway through the week, which is always nice. And the weather's picked up, which is lovely. I hope you're all enjoying the warmer weather. It's very mild at the moment. The odd thing is we've had massive amount of rain, and now we've got this very peculiar, very warm weather in February. Very bizarre what's going on with our weather at the moment, isn't it? They do put it down to global warming. I don't know how you feel about that, whether you believe that or not, but certainly something going on, isn't there? But I'm not going to complain. It's nice to not feel cold. There we go. Right then, let me just pop this down. I don't think I needed to do that bit there. I'm going to pop that. Now then, I want to fold this out of the way because I don't want that sticking on the top there. Just slide that up just slightly. And are we there? Oh, maybe I needed to. Oh, no, I did. Okay. Did I? No, I didn't. Let me just pop a little bit of glue. I didn't quite put enough glue on. I didn't think it went that far, but clearly it did. There we go. Okay. So that's that little bit on. I'm just going to trim that up. Let me just wipe that down, pop that on there, get that out the way. I'm going to trim these. Oh dear, sorry, I just sniffed. I think, do any of you guys suffer with hay fever? I'm pretty unlucky where hay fever is concerned because I tend to suffer from February right the way through to November. Go figure. I literally get a few months respite each year with it, but it's already seems to have started, and I think it's the trees that pollinate now, possibly. I'm not sure. But something affects me anyway. It drives me bonkers. So apologies if I do sniff. I know it's not very pleasant, but even when I try and blow my nose, there is just nothing to be able to do it. Right, I'm going to pop that on there. So I think that looks very lovely. And again, just using this mat for guidance so that I know you guys can see what I'm doing. Because I am conscious that sometimes when I watch my videos back when I'm editing them, there's quite a lot out of shot, which isn't great. Now I've only glued just at the top there and just at the bottom there because I want that bit to act as a little tuck area. And then we're going to pop that on there, like so. And that is lovely jubbly. Let's get it straight. There we go. Nice, liking that so far. And then we're going to be putting her on there so she can be stuck down relatively well. Just looking to see where the glue's got to go. So I'm going to just tentatively go about there with that, because again I don't want it to glue the whole thing shut. Then we're going to put her down there. Just move her over just a little bit. That's better. There we go. I'm just going to make sure I can still get under there, which I can just. Lovely. Okay, just making sure that that was working okay. Oh blast, now I wanted to put him down first. Let me pull that up a little bit because I want to tuck him in there. Yeah, so I only want to put the glue just literally on that bit there, and hopefully that will be enough to anchor him down, is what I'm hoping for. And I'm going to pop a little bit more glue on her, just down there. Just tidy up a little bit. Okay. And again, I just want to make sure that I haven't stuck anything down. Just making sure that that is accessible, which it seems to be. Marvellous. And then this little bit here, which I've cut out, the word blessed, I'm going to pop that, I think, across there was my plan. I pop just the tiniest little bit of ink just around the edge, just to take that white edge off. There we go. And then pop a little bit of glue on there. And then pop that, I think, there. There we go. So that's pretty, like that. So that's the main part of it done, and I'm gonna just ink those little bits of ephemeras. Just to give them a little bit of an edge. Take the newness away. There we go. Just go across the back as well. These can be used as like secret journaling as well. They can be written on the back. And then that can go in there. Like so. And then again with this one, I'm just going to take the white edge off the label and just give it a little bit of an edge around the back. That's that one, and that one can slide in there. There we go. Okay, so that's the second little envelope done. So I've got one for each signature. Let me just pop those in a little bit better than they are. I think I might want that one in the back actually. Pop that one in the back and pop that one through a little bit more, just so that you can see. That looks nice. See that number there and there. Okay. There we go. So that's that one done. And then we've got the other one, which I've just thrown over here. Let me grab that one too. And we've got that one. So they've both got a little element of the cogs in there, and one's black, one's red, with their little bits of ephemera. And like I say, you can pop little extra bits of journaling in there as well. So that's those two done. And now what I thought I would do, I've got plenty of time. They didn't take terribly long at all. I have got quite a number of large tuck spots for journaling cards. So I want to make a couple of journaling cards out of this. And I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants at the moment. I thought what I would do is put a background in the brown rather than in the black, but I'm kind of not sure. I'm just going to grab a bit of black background. So I've also got some black. I'm just wondering what I think actually looks better. I quite like the black actually. The black does give it a bit more definition, doesn't it? So I might go with the black actually. I hadn't planned to. I'd actually planned to go with the buff coloured card, but I do think the black gives a nice bit of definition. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okie dokie do. So I want this bit as a journal card. It can't be more than 4 inches or 4.25, maybe maximum of 4.5. So let me cut this one down to 4.5 wide. So 4.5 wide. That's that. And then I want it to be approximately I'm going to take it to, whoops, a daisy. That's just something else got down the back of my desk. I shall have to dig that out later. Okay, so I've got that at 6.5. Hopefully that's going to be enough. And I'll just pop that down. I need it now for this, aren't I? So 4.5. If I do this at, I don't want to lose everything of the clock, so I am going to be cutting this a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of his arm off, but I'm not going to do it so that you can't see that. I don't want just a limb hanging there, so I'm just going to take that little bit off there, which still you can clearly see that is an arm there. And then we're going to go for, oh, do you know, if I had a brain, I just cut that at 4.5, I think, didn't I? I did, so I want to cut that at about 4. Do I want 4.25 or 4? I think I'm going to go 4.25. That's nice. I like that. That's going to give me a decent size. Yeah, that's lovely. Okay, that works. So, and I did 6.5, was it? I did do 6.5, so I'm going to go 6.25 depth. No, I want to cut the top off, Dawn. 6.25 depth. Oh, I'm cutting his head off. I don't want to cut his head off. Maybe I can just take a little strim off the bottom. Take a little strim off the bottom. And now we're going to go 6.25, which means we should, there we go, perfect. And that little bit there will make a nice little tuck in or something, which is lovely. So that, I'm really pleased with that actually. He's going to be really nicely positioned now. So that is very lovely. I like that. And is that, oh, it's not quite 2 inches, is it? Okay, I'll use a different bit for that. Okay, so that's the base of the card. I do want to round the corners, so I'm going to round the corners. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with this one. Same size. I'm using 7mm to round. Why isn't that going in there? Oh, it is. I just can't see it because it's black. Oh, silly me. There we go. Oh, dearie me. Life's so sad sometimes for me. There we go. So that's going to go on there. I think that looks perfect, don't you? Love that. Okay, so let me stick him down. And then we're going to do a little bit. I wasn't sure what I was doing, so I backed this with coffee dyed paper, but as it happens I didn't need to because I'm now sticking it on a bit of card. But never mind, I can always put some coffee dye on the back of the black card to make it journalable, able to journal on. Now I'm putting a goodly amount of glue on here because I don't want it lifting. There we go. I think that'll probably do. And now let's get it positioned very nicely. So we only want a little edging all the way around. Are we there? I think, yeah, that looks so good to me. What do you reckon? Ta-la! Okay. Where's my little scotchy thing? Here it is. My little scotchy thing needs a good clean. It feels horrible to use. There we go. Just make sure that that's down nice and tightly. Give that a bit of a wipe. There we go. Okay. And now what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of embellishing on here. Where did my lid go? There it is. Now I say I'm flying by the seat of my pants because I really haven't thought about how I want to embellish this. So we shall see what occurs. I did have, as in true form, I seem to have lost it. There it is, I found it. I knew I'd done something with it. Right, and what I thought, now then, I don't know if this is going to work. Now, one very eagle-eyed viewer saw that these are actually back to front, and she's absolutely right, they are. This is from a die cut, and I hadn't noticed it actually. She's so eagle-eyed, but if you turn it over it's actually the right way round, but it doesn't look very nice that way round. It actually looks like it's the wrong way round. So I've cut out a circle like so, and I thought I might pop that there. And maybe, I don't know that this is going to work. This might be a wee bit too flimsy. But maybe I could add. Maybe I could add a bit of card over the back. That might work, mightn't it? If I I'm gonna grab, bear with me a moment. Oh, I could use this actually, couldn't I? If I was to cut a little square out and do a little bit of jiggery pokery, that could sit there, mayhaps, do we think? Not sure right now. That could sit there, that could sit there. But does that look too much with that clock there, I ask myself. I quite like it. I think I'm going to try it. So I really just want, just going to mark this so that I just want to cut that there and about there. So I might end up hating it, and I might have to end up reprinting everything, but that's okay. Where did I mark that? There. Yeah. So, what was that there? So I've still got that piece to play with. And what if I just cut the wrong piece? Can't see where I've marked the other bit. Oh no! Which one was I even using? Oh my goodness me. Right, well it was clearly that piece. Oh, I see the marks there, so that will be the mark. Oh, I can't see. Can't see where I've marked it. Oh yes I can, it's there. I found it. Blimey, that was hard work, wasn't it? There we go. That there. And then that can sit there, I think. And that can sit on there, mayhaps, perchance. Do we even like that? Seriously guys, never join me when I'm thinking about how to do something. It's jolly hard work in my head. I quite like that. I think I do anyway. What I'm going to do is round these corners the same. 1, 2. That one doesn't matter because it's going to be stuck underneath. And I'm going to go with that one. Now then, I need to be careful where I'm actually gluing this. So, sorry, the positioning of this is quite important. So I want that to be about there, I think. So I therefore want this one to be about there. Okay, so I want the glue to go there and just below that line there. Okie dokie. Let's see how we get on. Daisy, sorry. Oh, that was an awful noise, wasn't it? Right, so we're going to go with glue about there. I'm gluing the wrong bit. I do this every time. Every blooming time. Gluing the wrong bit. So we want to glue this bit. So there to about there. Oh, that's coming undone there. Just glue that down while I'm about it as well. And then we'll see, don't you know. Okay, so I'm hoping that that is glued pretty much where I want it. Not quite. It needs to go. Oh, can I move it up? Let me see if I can. Let me. Oh, made a mess again. Doesn't matter. It's all going to get glued back down, so it's not going to make any too much of an odds. This is where the position is quite. Let's see if I can get that on there. Okay, I think, is that about right? That'll do for me. Okay, good. Just straighten it up a little bit. There we go. Okay, give that a good press down because I've messed it about a little bit. And then what I will do is I will put a piece of journaling paper over the top, so that will actually be, you will still be able to journal on the back of that. So that's that one. I want to stick this one down about can't say as I'm entirely happy with that. I can't move it now. No, that's stuck good and proper. Okay, well it will have to do as it is. Right then, let's pop some glue on here. You see, sometimes having these ideas don't always work how you plan, but never mind. There's always lots of other things that you can do. Oops. Oops. It's all very fiddly. Oops, get off. Oh, I got my glue stuck inside the hole. Get off. There we go. Ah. So, I'm concentrating again, you can tell, can't you? I'm not sure what this is going to look like actually. I might have to restart this one, but we shall see. We shall see. There we go. Right then, that one. Oh, let me just pop a little bit of glue on that bit there as well, because that's going to be a sticky up bit otherwise. There we go. Okay, let's see how this works. The beauty is, because this is just paper. You can just reprint stuff and redo it if you don't like it, which is perfect, isn't it? You know, it doesn't, first time efforts don't necessarily matter if they don't go according to plan, because you can just reprint stuff and redo it. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie doo. Let me pop a little bit of glue on my disc. Pop that there. Lovely. And have I inked that? I think I have, but I'm just gonna redo it. There we go. And now we're going to stick that bit down. And that can go there, which is perfect. We like that. That looks nice, doesn't it? I really like that, actually. That's nice. Just going to pop a little bit of ink around the edge of this. Smash in. There we go. Wipe that off. I don't think this mat was such a good idea, actually. I don't think I'll use it again. It kind of grabs everything. Yeah. Okay, so I'm happy with that for the moment. Now then, I am just wondering if I want to add another little bit of embellishment on there. Is I'd just like to put a little bit of something down the bottom there. So just from one of the little offcuts, I've got that, which I'd like to pop just in the corner there, so it's not detracting from the image at all. And then this is from Amanda's label collection that she's got. I just thought I'd stick that on there to give that a little bit of interest as well. Let me pop a little bit of ink around there. Just take off those white edges and pop that on there. Like so, and pop that in there. And then that, I want to pop it on there just to make a tiny little tuck spot, just to give some added interest to the journal card. I'll pop that down. Have I done that right? Yep. Pop that down there. So I've cut the corner to be the same size. And then I also had another piece of offcut from the background, black background paper, and I've put some wording on there. Inspiration is everywhere. Again, just going to pop a little bit of ink on the back there so that that can also be, my hands are filthy, look, they're making everything dirty. Lucky it's a grunge thing, it doesn't need to be entirely clean. So there we go, and then I'm going to slot that. Oh, that's not very stuck down, is it? Let me stick that down. There we go. And I'm going to pop that just in there. And that now looks complete, so I'm very happy with that. and that's just going to pop into one of the little inserts in the journal. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you like it. So we've got that, and we've got our 2 little envelopes. What have I done with them? Where's the envelopes gone, guys? I found them. There we go. So we've got our journal card, and we've got our 2 little envelopes, beautiful inserts, and they are going to help to embellish the journal. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for your time. I will see you all again for Quickfire Friday, and yeah, we'll see what we can come up with for that. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.